Hey there, Mr. Wilford here, and we are going to go through Chapter 1, Section 2, Graphical Transformations. And you have done transformations in the past in other courses. And basically what we are looking at doing here is adding or subtracting or multiplying numbers within our function. And what this will do is move our function around, move our graph around. And typically, when you add or subtract numbers to x and or y, what you're going to do is move the graph left and right, up and down. And when you multiply a number to x or y, you are going to compress or stretch the graph vertically or horizontally. And just a recommendation, I would suggest that you use Desmos or another graphing calculator. And it's very easy to punch in the parent function, the original function, and then the transformed function. And then you are able to see a little bit better where the graph is moving or if it's stretched or compressed. And so, again, just as a reminder that after you are done going through and looking at some of the material on this page, make sure again that you click right there for your assignment practice. Again, remember that you need to get 10 correct to turn that assignment in. So, transformation of functions. You can see here are some examples, and the notation that is used sometimes is a little bit weird, but you can see here that this would be an example of adding 3 to the function, adding 3 to the x variable, and then this would be an example of subtracting 5 to the y, or in other words, to the whole function. Here we are actually multiplying by a -1 to the whole function, but we're also multiplying by 2 to the x variable. And here we are multiplying by a -1/2 to the x variable. So we have different types of transformations, different things that we can do from the original function, the parent function, to a new function. And this is kind of symbolism, really, that we're looking at. Just remember that we are talking about function notation here. And so when we use the letters F, G, H, J, things like that, typically we're talking about a function, which is really just an equation. Sometimes we can talk about one function and then how we transform that by adding or subtracting or multiplying different spots. So as you go through this, again, just make sure that you understand the function notation. And then they give you some tips here as far as adding and subtracting and what that does. It's a vertical stretch or a vertical shift, horizontal stretch, horizontal shift. And then also, if you have a negative, that's going to give that reflection piece to that. So just kind of look through those little notes there. A couple of great videos here also to take some time and watch. Here we are talking about some different transformations on a function, and they give you some good examples as far as what the graphs look like and what the tables or the points, really, how they shift from one place to another. Again, just kind of look through this. Like I said, using Desmos will definitely help for you to understand how these things are moving around. Another thing that you can do is with Desmos is you can type in a function, and then you can also type in a function notation in the next line of Desmos, and you'll be able to see kind of how that works and how that's shifted around. Once again, there are some examples here that you can go through, and then some review problems here if you would like to go through those and practice some of those as well. And again, the answers to those are right there. So something that we've kind of done before